from the back while I'm feeding my yaks. In my pink hair and my dress all black. Uno, dos, tres, encuéntrame. Face down, ass up, who gonna top me? Diva, 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 diva. Estoy perdida, encuéntrame. 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 Estoy perdida.
Hello everyone. Oh my gosh, it is Wig Wednesday. I know it's kind of a late one, but we're doing iconic redheads. Ann-Margret. Oh my goodness. This is our second iconic video live stream, and I'm so excited to bring it to you guys today. Now I love Ann-Margret, and I want to have a discussion with her about you today. And I want to have a discussion about her with you today. Hello, brain. And yeah, let's just have a good little, nice little stream and style a wig inspired by this vintage bombshell. Yes. Oh, how are we all today? Oh my goodness. I'm excited to be here. Now, this is a very easy hairstyle, and I'm using from Jaymes Mansfield Beauty, the best actress in Auburn. Perfect for Ann-Margret, considering she was nominated twice for a Best Actress Oscar. Little fun fact there. Yes. So, let's get started, shall we? Now, thankfully, the hairstyle does not have to be roller set because she actually had what you call like a nice, like controlled, like bombshell kind of look. It's more of a blowout than it ever was really a set look, which is good for me because it's less work I have to do. But it's all how you cut it that really makes it Ann-Margret. Now, Ann-Margret is thought of as being like this American-made like icon. And don't get me wrong, she's definitely like an icon in the Americas, but she's actually from Sweden. I didn't know this until I actually started doing research on her. I always think of her as like, you know, classic Americana and like the way of Elvis and stuff like that. No, she's an import. She's from Sweden. She is an immigrant. She immigrated here as a little girl. And her story is fascinating because she didn't initially set out to be an actress. She kind of just stumbled into performing and singing as a little girl as a way of like opening up because she was a very shy girl living in the sticks. So, as soon as she could open her mouth, she started singing, and that voice carried her all throughout the country. She was like in bands traveling at the age of 16, and eventually at the age of 19 found herself in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, why does that name sound so familiar? Why does that city have so much significance with me? I guess we'll never know. But yeah, she became a sensation here in Las Vegas. And from there, she was discovered by the studios where they gave her a 7-year contract. Yes, a 7-year contract just based off of like her success in Las Vegas. I forget who it was she was working with. Does anyone remember? Who was it she was working with in Las Vegas that discovered her? That name escapes me. But he gave her a shot, and she was such a standout that they wanted to sign her to a contract. Let me look over and see what they're saying in the chat right now. Oh, hey, Lady Booger. Hey, Sponge King. Hey, Margarita. Selena. Oh, my goodness. Hello, everyone. You're looking gorgeous tonight. Oh, thank you so much. Now, I actually, speaking of Sponge King, who has been quite the little diva in the Discord. If you're on Discord, she acts out. She's like a problem child of mine. I have to ask Sponge, do you recognize this wig? Does this wig look familiar to you? It should. A little backstory for you guys. So in the last live taping we did for I Have Opinions 2, my podcast, be sure and watch that. We just released the video format of it. It's also available on Spotify and iTunes. Sponge King made a joke at the very end of that where, well, I should say it was a compliment. It was a joke disguised as a compliment, which is the worst kind of compliment, a backhand compliment. Yeah, and it was quite the backhand. I felt like, oh. So he said, James, I love that wig, and every time you wear it, as if I'm Lady Bunny, as if I'm Varla Jean Merman, or like somebody that's known for wearing, like head of lettuce, known for wearing the same hairstyle over and over and over again. heaven forbid I wear a wig more than 3 times, you know? You ruthless little wiglets will just go and call me out for it. Which is so rude, by the way. It's not very becoming of a lady. Nobody likes that. It's a horrible personality trait. So I stayed up yesterday. I looked at that wig and thought, you know what? I probably could, that wig probably could use a revamp. So I stayed up last night and I experimented and I revamped the wig. So now it's an updo. Yeah. And I added a little braid switch into it. It kind of looks like Jay Mansfield's hair from Merv Griffith. That was what I was going for.
Margarita said, per Google, it says comedian George Burns discovered her.
George Burns. Thank you so, so much, Google. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Again, when it comes to like the old man comedians from Hollywood era, I always forget. They don't hold my memory. You're lucky. If Milton Berle didn't do drag, I would have never known who he was, okay? I would have never committed to memory. Thank you so much. George Burns. Yes, he discovered her. And she was a sensation, and Hollywood took notice. And she went to Hollywood to start making movies. Now, she was in a Betty Davis picture. I believe it was Along Came Home or something like that. It was one of Betty Davis's more dramatic roles, but she played her teenage daughter. And from there, you know, it was kind of like a minor hit to establish her, but not really anything to like write home about, you know? It wasn't until the play, musical, I should say, Bye Birdie was bought and being adapted for the silver screen that they got their eyes on Ann-Margret, and this would be the role that truly skyrocketed her to fame. Now, she plays the starstruck daughter of... oh my goodness. Paul Lynde. Paul Lynde is her dad. And I always giggle because, like, Paul Lynde is so gay. So imagining him being, like, a father is always, like, hilarious to me. Because he's so gay. But yes, Paul Lynde is her dad. Like, what's the matter with kids these days? That one. Oh, my gosh. And Ann-Margret is she's fantastic in this movie. If you get a chance, rent it, check it out, look for it. The opening will get you immediately, because the opening starts with Ann-Margret in this like skin-tight yellow gold dress, like a canary dress, and it's got a swing to the skirt, and she's singing the theme to Bye Bye Birdie. And it's kind of like, you know, it's a little saucy, but not as saucy as it is later on. But it's enough to hook you to think, oh my God, what the fuck is this movie about? And the movie is very Girl Can't Help It. It's very like Frank Tashlin-esque, where it's a bit like a cartoon. You'll enjoy it. It's essentially in the plot for you. It's a parody on Elvis when he got called and drafted to be in the military. And all these teenage girls freaked out because they were so afraid that like Elvis was going to go to war and die. So like all these teenage girls were freaking out. Conrad Birdie being our Elvis, you know, proxy. And Ann-Margret is one of those teenage girls that, you know, joins the forces. And it's a farce. You'll love it. Definitely just go check it out. I don't want to like spoil the whole plot for you, but that's essentially what it's about. Ann-Margret's obsessed with an Elvis kind of character. So, however, my favorite part of this whole movie is at the end, they do a reprise of Bye Bye Birdie, and Ann-Margret comes back out, and like she's not as like innocent and girly as she is in the beginning of the movie, because like, you know, she's gone through a whole series of like events. So when she's doing it, she's kind of saucy with it. Like she even like shakes a shimmy in it. Guess I'll always care. Oh my God, it's everything. Definitely check it out. And she did like she did the soundtrack version of this, but she released like a greatest hits album where she re-recorded it. And the way she sings it is so sassy and over the top. It's everything. Check it out. Like I think it's like Ann-Margret's greatest hits or something, but she has a cover of it where she like re-recorded it, and she is like going in on the vocals. That's another thing about Ann-Margret that I always liked. Like her singing style isn't necessarily like classic. It's kind of weird. Like it's very Eartha Kitt in the way like she would like bring a character to her voice. Like it's almost cartoony.
Sponge King gave you a $5 super chat and said, now mom calling me a stick.
Yeah, a brat is what they are. Thank you, Sponge, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Is Carl here?
No, Pax said, I checked on Google, Wikipedia, and her father's name is Carl.
Carl, okay. Yeah, again, when it comes to remembering names, it's old actors, I don't remember. I just know him as Paul Lynde. The dad is Paul Lynde. That's all you need to know. Oh no, the DoorDash is here. Oh my goodness. Now, where was I? Now, from Bye Birdie, Ann-Margret would go on to make a bunch of movies for her. Shh, they're here. I forgot I placed an order earlier. I honestly thought they'd get here earlier. That took forever. Okay, so what was I gonna say? She wanted to make a couple of other movies. Like, none like were that great, but there's one movie. There's one specific movie that holds a place in my heart because I'm a huge fan of Mystery Science Theater. That movie would be Kitten with a Whip. And what that title might confuse you. Whip is like, slang for a car, like a whip. Yeah, Kitten with a fast car. And it's insanity. It's essentially Ann-Margret plays this juvenile delinquent. It was like the height of the juvenile delinquent movies. Like, they made a ton of these in the 1950s. But she plays a juvenile delinquent who breaks into a man's house and basically like holds him hostage and harasses him just for fun and like for kicks, as they say back in the 50s. We're doing it for kicks, man. It's insane. It's so stupid, but I enjoy it so, so much. And random bit of trivia, drag race trivia, I should say. Kitten with a Whip was actually Bob the Drag Queen's original drag name in New York. That's what her name used to be. And she would like go around with like a whip. And she changed it because nobody could say the word kitten. Like, people would get too drunk and like call her Kitty, Cat, Catherine, but they couldn't figure out kitten, like a baby cat. So she changed it to Bob the Drag Queen. History. For us is history, Fun little facts. But yeah, she was originally named after an Ann-Margret movie. I think that's cool. Oh, but yes. Now, she would actually be back and forth to Las Vegas. Like, she never, like, got that out of her system. She's, like, one of the mainstays here in Vegas. Like, one of those legendary people like a Liberace or Wayne Newton type. She's, like, the female Wayne Newton. Like, she was in Vegas for ages. Like, you think of, like, those classic Vegas names like Wayne Newton, Shirley Bassey, Ann-Margret, okay? She had shows here forever. I wonder if she has a street here. I bet she probably does. If not, she should. She truly should. Okay. Let me just take a break and look at the zit chat.
What Jetta said. Love Ann-Margret. Got to see her at Caesar's Palace and then again in Best Little House in Texas when it came to Seattle.
Yes! Oh my god. Yeah. Her in Vegas, I can only imagine what her Vegas act was like with those Bob Mackie dresses and everything. And yes, she was in Best Little Hoe House in Texas. She was in a revival of that in like the 2000s, which again, like we probably know that as like a Dolly Parton, a vehicle in the 80s, like the film, but it was actually a very popular play, like a musical play that was a lot dirtier and a lot saucier than what actually made it to screen. Like the screen version is very sterile and sanitized and not very good, despite the fact that Dolly's in it and she looks her absolute best. But yeah, Ann-Margret made a lot of like different like things. Here's the thing. Tragedy would strike Ann-Margret's life in the 1970s. She'd be performing at performing in a live show, and she fell 20 feet and injured herself. And like she had to have so many surgeries to her face and body to recover. And by the time she was finished, she managed to make a recovery, but she didn't want to like return back to like making classic movies. Besides that, Hollywood had kind of changed. Like the format for women in film had changed. And at this point, Ann-Margret was trying to like look for different things to do with her career. She wanted to be taken more seriously. Like she didn't want to do any more like vampy, campy kind of roles. So she married her husband, Roger Smith, who you might know from like 71, The Sunset Strip. I think that's how it was. It's like a cop show. He's really hot. I just remember that like from reruns on like TV Land and stuff. But yeah, that's Ann-Margret's husband. They were together till the day he died. But he actually became her manager agent as well. So he was out there trying to suss out like roles for her to do. And she would end up doing a film called Carnal Knowledge. Now, this movie would shape everything. She deglammed. She was playing a real character, and Hollywood took notice. And she ended up getting an Academy Award nomination. She didn't win. I believe she's nominated the same year as Liza Minnelli for Cabaret. So it's like, yeah, good luck with that. You're not winning this one. Although I don't necessarily agree with that Oscar nomination either. That Oscar win either. I know that makes me like a bad gay. But that year I always thought Diana Ross should have won for Lady Sings the Blues. But that's my opinion. Also, I know I'm a bad gay for this. I never understood the appeal of cabaret. Sorry. I'll revoke my gay card now. I never understood the hype. I'm sorry. I just didn't. I think it's overrated. Also, I don't like musicals. That might be a hindrance. I'm usually more inclined to go watch a movie about like a celebrity than I am a musical. So it had that going against it, I suppose. But yes, Ann-Margret, you know, deglammed, did Carnal Knowledge, got an Oscar nomination. And all this happens that builds up to her injury. I guess the injury came a little later. I might have jumped ahead a little bit, but that tends to happen when I'm not in control of editing. We're doing this live. So yeah, Carnal Knowledge, Oscar nomination. She's going back and forth doing like live stuff still. She injures herself. She has her surgeries. She returns in the 1980s. And the landscape for actresses in the 80s had changed quite a bit. Television is more popular than ever. And rather than like dive into doing film work again, because like, again, the film roles for women were very far and few between as far as good ones go. So she got smart and actually went a route many actresses did, like Meredith Baxter and people like that, Mary Tyler Moore. They saw the appeal of television films, Cloris Leachman. They knew that you could have more control and more say and tell more advanced stories than anything Hollywood wanted to pump out. So Ann-Margret began making television movies. And like she was one of those front runners for like the movie of the week that eventually became the Lifetime movie, you know? Women on the verge of nervous breakdowns, mothers going through it, you know, scandals in a small town, you name it. Ann-Margret was doing it and doing it on like CBS, you know, basic television, which was a smart move because it kept her a celebrity in people's minds in a way that was so accessible for the public. Because everybody had a TV and everyone had public television, so you could easily just watch Ann-Margret in the movie of the week and you still knew who she was. And she would do this along with doing her live acts and everything and having variety specials here and there. Like, she was keeping her name out there. She was still quite the celebrity. And she was making the television movie up until the 90s and 2000s. Like, she was out there. And come the 1990s, she'd make a return to film, like proper, in the movie Grumpy Old Men. She played the love interest of, I think, like Jack Lemmon, I believe, or Walter Matthau. It's been years since I've seen that movie. All I remember is seeing her on the cover. And she was in the sequel as well, Grumpier Old Men, with Sophia Loren. So yeah, I'm reaching back here because that's one of those movies my parents loved that always watched it and I would leave the room. I never saw the appeal of this movie, but people really, really like it. It's like on Golden Pond for me. It's like, I'm good. I'm so good. I don't need to watch this. It's one of those like, you know, late 80s, early 90s comedy films. They're like one of those like feel-good, heartwarming movies that I just want to know part of as a kid. Like, you can keep your Field of Dreams. I'm fine. I'm going to be over here playing. Yeah, Ann-Margret was in that, and she was a big hit in that. And up until then, like, she kind of just, like, made TV movies and, like, everything else here and there. Like, she maintained a very successful career. Not very many, like, craziness going on in this career, I have to say, which is very shocking. Because my initial choice for this was Rita Hayworth. And I didn't want to do that right now because that's a depressing-ass story. So this is actually quite nice. But I'm going to take a break from talking here so I can look at the chat. If there's any Ann-Margret moments that stand out to you, please let me know right now. Because I believe there's one movie I left out that I do want to talk about.
Well, Rebecca did say, don't forget Ann-Margret and Who's Tommy? Her insanity and Smash the Mirror is everything.
Yes, that's actually what I was just mentioning that I want to talk about that I forgot. Her second Oscar nomination was for Tommy, which is a movie musical. And she's everything in it. She has a musical number in that, I think called like Rain Champagne or something. And she ends up like in a bed and covered in baked beans or something. It's insane. Like, it's absolutely insane that she did this movie, this like rock opera. And this is like her return from injury. She came and did this movie. It's crazy. But honestly, iconic. Definitely check it out. Like, she goes full out with it.
Jetta says, Bob Mackie did the costumes for her in the Best Little H house.
Ooh, I had to look for that. Bob Mackie gives good gown. I'll say that right now. Honey. Oh, yep. Just a little flip of the head. And she's already kind of giving Ann-Margret in like the late 80s, early 90s. Yes. Here's the thing about her. She knew a look. She knew what looked good on her, and she rocked it forever. That's what I love about me some Ann-Margret. Like, she had some style to her.
I was gonna say, is that it? The video's over?
Honestly, it's kind of almost there. I didn't expect it to go this fast. That's crazy. We could always just talk a little bit and hang out. Like, how long have we been recording for?
20 minutes.
Holy shit, really? It's like an actual Iconics video.
Yeah, but without the pictures because you didn't send me any.
Hey, you know what? It's okay because, actually, I forgot to mention it. Ernie's not in a great mood right now. He's a little annoyed because Final Cut Pro kept acting up. We're trying to edit a video and it was corrupting. So...
Yeah, to the point that I didn't even move the microphone out of Jaymes' frame or anything. I was just like, I was trying to save. So I worked on this video while Jaymes was in rehearsal, right? All Jaymes had to do was just plug a few pictures because I didn't know what Jaymes was talking about. And Jaymes did. And then it turns out the file ended up being corrupted. I spent like 2 hours trying to export this, trying to cheat Final Cut Pro. And no, I got to restart the video from scratch.
Yeah, it's horrible. You know what? It's be fine. We'll make it work. Oh, you know what my favorite Ann-Margret moment is actually? This is actually a childhood memory of mine. It would have to be her on the Flintstones when she did Ann-Margret. And she sings an amazing song, I Ain't Gonna Be No Fool. And you could see her little like cartoon version of herself doing the twist and everything, and like Fred and Barney do the twist with her on stage. It's everything. Like, that's one of my favorite moments. I remember watching that on reruns, on Boomerang and stuff. Wow. Ann-Margret, again, like, one of those careers that's truly, like, iconic.
That's what Anita, they said. Bob Mackie did all her stage costumes as well.
Ooh. Damn. That's a lucky lady. That's how you know she's always going to look good. Because, bitch, Bob Mackie didn't play. That's an estate sale I'll be looking for. Is Ann-Margret still alive? Don't spoil it. I'm gonna look.
No, I realize you don't have your background music on.
It's on. I just turned it down because it's giving me a migraine. She is. She's still alive. Okay. That's the worst. If I forget they're alive or not, like, oh no. She might see this. You know what? It's fine. It's okay. Smash the camera. But no, as I look at it, that's kind of how her hair looked in Kitten with a Whip. She had great hair. It's like it's not a set look. It's more just like flippable, like young girl flippable. She had the best like 50s bad girl kind of look.
Alright, I think it's time to go to Discord.
Yes.
And read the compliment section.
Let's do it.
Pack said, Jaymes is the Picasso of wig stylists. All hell yes, work.
I love that. Picasso of wig stylists. Wait, isn't Picasso the one that like you have to stand far back to appreciate the beauty? I don't know if that's a compliment. I think it is.
Margarita said, Jaymes holds so much knowledge and intelligence despite having such a demure, small head. Her extensive knowledge is stored in her wig hair strands.
Thank you so much. Although you forgot to mention that, like, you know, I'm actually a marine biologist, and I speak 17 languages. You have to mention that next time, but, you know, you can add that in later.
Katie said, you look very beautiful, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Thank you, Katie. See, Katie keeps it short and sweet. I also, like, I give her a little bit of leeway because I know she has, like, 7 kids that she's taking care of. You know, I'm little Timmy, Tommy, Amber.
Sponge said, Pack said that mom is perfect, and I agree.
Wait, what did he say?
Pack said that mom is perfect, and I agree.
Oh, and that's what Sponge said?
Yes.
Oh, so he just piggybacked off someone else's compliment?
Yes.
Is this where we are now? Is this what we're doing? You can't even come up with anything original. You have to piggyback off someone else's. Oh. You know, this segment might just get cut. I'm kidding.
So many kitties said, Jaymes and Ernie and Puff are my stress relief in these trying times.
Aw, thank you, sweetheart. Well, I'm glad we could help a little bit. It is a very stressful time. We're doing our best here, folks.
Rodney said, there was a thing between Ann and Elvis.
Yes, when they were doing Viva Las Vegas, which I didn't even mention. She did a movie with Elvis, Viva Las Vegas. And honey, the sexual tension, you can cut it with a knife, okay? Like, they were hot for each other. You could tell. Like, there are rumors that, like, they basically, you know, after they finished takes, they'd go to each other's dressing rooms. And, you know, play cards or, you know, pray. Probably pray, you know? I'm sure that's what was happening.
Thea Baby said, I'm late to the game, but did you mention Ann-Margret as Cinderella in 10th Kingdom?
Wait, what? She was Cinderella? I didn't even know that was a thing. Elaborate, please, because now I'm interested. Excuse me? I didn't even mention her in the Newsies. That's what another thing people know her from. She's in the Newsies for like 5 minutes. I think she's a musical number in it. It was not a very good use of your Ann-Margret, if you ask me. She could have been better suited for something else.
Margarita said, gorgeous hair. Would you ever try the heatless curl tube set on a wig? I wonder how well it would work.
Oh, is that thing that they're showing online? The heatless curl tube? What do you mean? Because I remember, like, I saw somebody using, like a pipe or something, and they put, like, a curling iron on it or something to, like, heat set it. I don't know if that's a thing. Just steam it. Y'all will do anything except steam or tease a wig, I've noticed. Like, girl, just curl it. It's fine. Just roller set it. It doesn't take as long as you think it does. All these, like, weird 17-step other things I've been seeing on TikTok is like, just roller set it. Please, I beg you. You'll get faster at it.
Leah said she was Cinderella at 200 years old.
Not 200 years old. Okay, I'll look for it. I don't think I've seen that one. I've only ever seen her work from, like, you know, the 50s and 60s, really. And, like, a few things here and there from the 90s. But, again, I've always really liked her. I always liked her music. And the way she sings especially. Like I mentioned, like, she has a very bizarre way of singing. Which I always thought was so unique and fun. Like I said, it's very Eartha Kitt. Or, like, Elaine Stritchie. Where it's just, like, lots of character in the voice. Not necessarily the most brilliant singer. But it has a lot of character and a lot of fun to it that no other singer really does. Like, girls that go, like that kind of stuff, like their notes. Like, purposefully ugly notes.
And Violet said, she was in Santa Claus 3 movie with Tim Allen.
That I do remember. I think I actually saw that in theaters. Yeah. Ooh, that dates me. But yes, I remember that. The Tim Allen Santa Claus. Oh my God. What a time to be alive. Thank goodness we haven't been subjected to one of those in a while. I think Tim Allen got that out of his system.
Jetta said, James, have you ever seen legend drag artist Michael Andrews impersonate her?
No, I don't think I have. I'll look it up, though. I'll make a note of that, actually. That sounds fascinating.
And Rodney said, George Burns discovered Anne and got her first onstage show.
Damn. Yeah, see, George Burns, that was the name I forgot earlier. I like, watched the documentary and everything, and it completely, like, left my memory. Because, like I said, when it comes to the old man comedians, I don't retain the names. A lot of their comedy doesn't really hold up to the test of time anyway. Okay. Well, she's looking pretty.
Are you gonna try her on?
I think I just might. Just let me cut the lace quick.
I was gonna say, you guys ready for music video?
Right?
That was quick.
I didn't expect it to go that quick, but it actually did. I really should have taken my time. See.
Now, don't forget, you guys, we do have a podcast. I Have Opinions Too that we released earlier today, episode 4. It already has the people talking because apparently Jaymes moved from Texas to Madison, Wisconsin to pursue her dreams.
And I don't know where they got this from, where this story emerged from. I never mentioned Madison, Wisconsin once in my life. I don't know where the story came from, who came up with it, but I might just sue them for libel if I ever figure it out.
Oh, that rumor has been around since season 9.
Yeah, and again, I don't know where it came from. I guess there's worse rumors that, like, go around about you. But I've never stepped foot in that city, so I don't know where it came from.
Also, if you're watching this live stream and you're the same person that comments, where is Jaymes looking at? Well, let me tell you, Jaymes looks at herself in the monitor, not at the camera lens.
I do. There's like a monitor right here. And I can't help it that I look so gorgeous in this hair, okay? I just restyled it, so, you know, sue me, all right? I like the way I look. Heaven forbid someone have self-confidence. Okay. I think she's ready to be tried on.
Oh, people are saying, this is the third comment I've seen, they want to see Reba. They want to see a Reba wig.
Oh, Reba McEntire? Oh, bitch, we could talk about Reba. All right, that could happen. For sure that can happen. A single mom who works too hard. Before I know which era, what Reba hair, are we talking like 1980s jacked out hair Reba? Or like single mom that works too hard, Reba the TV series Reba? Huh? Oh my god, I sneezed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, hairspray going up in my lungs. Yeah, I think she's ready to be tried on. Y'all pontificate on that, which Reba you want to see, and we'll come back from my break with red hair. So yeah.
Remember to lower your volume.
Yes, lower the volume right now.
Be right back.
Welcome back. Oh my gosh, here I am. A stunning redhead. How do you guys feel about red hair on me? I don't know how I feel about it. I never know how I feel about red hair. I don't know if it's me or not.
All right, well, people are saying they want single mom that works 2 jobs, Reba.
Y'all want the bob with the bangs? Oh my god. I gotta figure out how to do the Reba mouth. I'll do it for the video.
Oh, that's Puff asking for food. We're almost done, Puff. Don't worry.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's actually good that we finished a little early because I wanted to like knock out some content while we're here. I got to film a video for the channel, so it actually worked out. So that's good. I managed to get work done and get more work done, and now hopefully get even more work done. So don't worry about it. It might be a short live stream, but you're getting a video out of this because I managed to budget my time properly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is Ann-Margret hair. I think she's fun. She's flirty. She's got a flip to her. Like, she moves. And that's exactly what's the most important thing when it comes to Ann-Margret's hair. The bitch moved around a lot, all right? She was a dancer. She was a hoofer, as they say. She had a dance in her step and a song in her heart. And we love her for that. And she's still alive, it turns out. I can't believe I didn't know that. I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm sorry, girl. But yes. This is our nice tawny auburn hair for Ann-Margret. I'm loving it. Oh, I have hairspray in my lungs right now. It's like on the tip. That's what I get for like spraying it and talking at the same time. I always try and like have a character, and it didn't work out this time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Iconic Redheads. Oh yes, of course. I almost forgot. If you like this wig, it'll be available at my used wig tab. Yes, this is going to be the Iconic Redheads Ann-Margret. Just look for it on my website, Jaymes Mansfield Beauty. Yes, thank you so much. I do sell other styled wigs there as well as unstyled wigs and premium wigs. So be sure and go to my website and check it out. Look for this wig there if you would like to own it. But yeah, this has been fun. Be sure and leave your Ann-Margret stories down below, your favorite Ann-Margret moments. I'd love to talk about it with you guys in the chat, so be sure and let me know. I love Ann-Margret. She's one of my favorites. She's iconic and a perfect addition to Iconic Redheads. Now, anything else we gotta say? I feel like we got everything going. Should I just mention the stuff we have coming up? I'll do that right now. So yeah, if you need if you need more content to binge while I work on my next video, we actually just released our podcast with video format of it called I Have Opinions Too. I just released that the other day, so be sure and give that a listen or a watch. We have a video version of it. As well as me and Ernie started another podcast on his channel, Ernie Ray TV, called Cruising Mr. Christmas, where I'm out of drag. It's more low-key. It's more fun. We're just cutting up, having fun. We're reviewing Finding Mr. Christmas on Hallmark Plus, which is now going to be airing on Hallmark Channel. So you don't have to have Hallmark Plus to watch it anymore.
No, that's misinformation.
It's not?
It's only the first 2 episodes are being on there.
It's only the first 2 episodes?
Yeah. We're not also sponsored, so we don't have to do all that.
Again, like, I'm just saying if they want to watch it, they can watch ahead with us. That's all I'm saying.
It's
if
on
you want
Hallmark
to be in the know. You don't have to watch the show, but it'd be cool if you did, because then you'll know what we're talking about. But if you just want to, like, listen to something with no context whatsoever, who am I to judge? You know, live your life, boo. But yeah, that's Cruising Mr. Christmas on Ernie Ray TV. And we also have that as a podcast on Apple and Spotify, along with I Have Opinions Too. Yeah, that's what's going on in the world right now.
But also,
yes,
Jaymes has an out of drag YouTube channel called It's Just Jaymes. Okay, that's the video I was working on today that got corrupted, so now I have to re-edit the whole thing.
Isn't it crazy how, like, we do so much for the regular videos? Like, the stuff I'm in drag, like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, like, after the fact to, like, put them out. Whereas, like, the stuff where you don't have to do anything because I'm out of drag, that's the one that gets a corrupted file and gives us trouble. Like, it's so ironic.
What was that?
What?
Someone sent us a thumb down.
A thumb down?
Yeah, like on the video.
Really?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Who did that? Who was that?
I don't know.
Call her out.
It just popped out. It was like a thumb down
A
emote.
thumb down emote.
We can do that now on YouTube?
You can do that? Maybe it's like a Republican. That's probably what it was. I think the Republicans are here. That's what happened.
Not me. I was like, Jaymes, what was that?
What was that? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Well, on that note, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I gotta get out of here because I gotta film a video for YouTube so that you have more content to consume. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. This has been Iconic Redheads. Again, drop your Ann-Margret stories and favorite moments down below. I want to hear them, okay? Love you all, and I'll catch you later. This has been a short one, but short and sweet is sometimes my style, so just get into it. And if not, boom, there's some cleavage. You're welcome. All right? Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys next time, okay?